Hello and welcome to PPBN TV. My name is Mark Rosetto. I've got Staci Brux, pronounced Trust
Hi,
with a B. How you doing?
good. Thank you so much for having me.
No worries at all. Staci, you are a wedding photographer from Kansas in the States, who you're one of the younger photographers that started pretty much during COVID. COVID
Yeah,
kicked off your photography career where COVID destroyed a lot of others, and you went, I'm going to take this opportunity. I'm going to be a wedding photographer.
yeah, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, it was November of 2019, right before COVID hit. I stepped away from my hospital job in the medical field and said I wasn't really that great at photography, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. And then COVID hit, and then it just for me kind of, a domino effect because weddings were being canceled. Some wedding photographers stepped away. And so they came to me, clients, like, hey, my wedding photographer canceled. Are you shooting weddings? And then I just kind of stepped into those shoes and just
Yeah.
rolled with it. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, 5 years later, look at this. If you are listening, go to video mode. I'm going to go to Stacey's page, 122,000 followers, um, reels and stories galore, and destination wedding photographer. You photograph weddings, is it mainly in the States or is it literally all over the world now?
So I mean, I dabbled in it a little bit. Like in the beginning, I had people in my area that were, let's just say heading to Mexico. So they're like, hey, Stace, will you come with us? And then
Absolutely.
I feel like over the years, obviously, it's getting more and more and more. And I am so grateful to say, well, this year I'm going to Italy this
Okay.
September. So that one's a really, really cool one. And I just booked one for next year in Switzerland.
So
So
good.
I feel like each year it just kind of builds on what I'm doing. And
Yeah.
it's really neat.
Yeah, fantastic. Awesome. Now, in terms of wedding photography, like you would say, we did have this whole conversation off recording about me being old and you being younger
Um,
and the new generation photographers. And when I
yeah,
started, she was only 10.
but we figured out we both are millennials, so we're
We
in the same category.
just on either end. Let's just put it that way. Everyone can do the maths and work out what that is. But being a younger photographer, like post COVID specifically, we used to have this big community events, and the photography industry was huge. That everybody knew everyone, and we were all so well connected. Yet a lot of the newer photographers who are starting out, that I find that their community groups, they pretty much stay in the Instagram and they stay just to themselves. But you had a bit of a life-changing moment coming to WPPI this year for the first time.
I did. Yeah, I came by myself, which
Yep.
was quite the step because I have no clue what I'm about to get myself into or what to expect.
Yep.
But I just got told by one of my friends too, where she's like, you might be just shaking hands, saying hey, and taking a selfie with some really cool people, but
Yep.
there's so much power behind that and just networking and face to face connection. And so I knew that even just her saying that, I go, this is going to be so amazing no matter what it is. But still, like, people are like, what is it? My other friends in this area, they're like, well, I kind of am interested. What is it? And I'm like, I can't tell you because I legit don't know what I'm getting myself into. But
Yeah.
I coming back from WPPI, I had no words of how incredible it was, and it changed my life. And I've met so many incredible people.
So why was it so incredible? Like, what was the difference, or what do you see the difference from that younger photographer generation where Instagram is it? They don't really have to leave their house. They're quite happy kind of playing in their kind of social media world where it's kind of like that's enough,
Hmm.
opposed to you had that. You've got 122,000 followers. So you've got all the pats on the backs and all the love that you need. Why was coming to WPPI such an incredible time for you? What was the difference?
So back in last October, I got asked to go to the Nikon Creator Camp. So with that, just the people who I met and just the connections from that, I knew that I'm going to take this as momentum and just keep moving forward. And I don't really know what that means, but I go, I'm going to figure it out along the way. And I don't live on fear. It's just kind of, oh, let's, opportunity here, opportunity there. And I knew in the brand space that I don't want to stop doing weddings because I truly, truly love weddings so much. But I knew if I wanted to enter into the brand space, that opportunity would just be so good, meeting the faces behind these, companies and programs that we use.
Yeah.
So I was just told that it would be incredible to go to just to show my face.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
What was the main thing you got out of it, do you reckon? Well, apart from meeting me and having this amazing
I
interview, what else
know.
was amazing?
Well, it was funny. So, one of my friends, because I was posting on my story every single, party we went to and everything,
Yeah.
and it was like a couple days in, because I came there. It was already a couple days that started, so I came a little bit later,
Yeah.
and she messaged me on Instagram, and she goes, "How the heck are you going to all these parties?" And I'm like, "I have no clue," and like I just kept, and I can talk to a wall, so whenever
Yeah.
I feel like me putting myself in an environment that I don't know anybody, I'm gonna find someone to talk to.
Yeah.
And so I think going to all these random parties that was like,
Yeah.
how did I get here? I'm not sure, but it was so cool. Um,
You were in the limo going down the strip with the narrative
yeah,
Rick Liston and Angela and Cheryl and all those guys, weren't you?
yeah. So
Did you
let
have
me
a
just paint.
moment where you just go, how, like, I'm in Vegas in a limo with a whole bunch of like one of the world's greatest photographers and all these software developers. Did you ever pinch yourself moment of like, how did I get here?
Yeah, every second why I was there. Because let me just paint you this picture on what my moments getting into WPPI. Like I had from
Yeah,
start to finish at WPPI, I had no time to think actually what I was doing in the
yeah.
moment. So like after the fact on my, plane ride going home, I'm sitting there going, what just happened?